Hello, everyone. Besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency. Is the price going up? Is the price coming down? My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, I'll be making videos about cryptocurrency investing. So if this is a topic that you are interested in, tune in. You are in the right place. Just click subscribe to the channel below and gently tap the thumbs up and the notification. So whenever we have a video, you will be the first to know. Okay, today we have Dr. Clemen Chiang, world-renowned expert and authority on financial market right here today. Welcome, Clemen.
Thank you so much, Richard, for having me.
Welcome to the program. You know, time flies, right? And last week you mentioned about the possibility. Last week was a possibility of the date cross going to happen next week. Well, now is the next week that you are mentioning last week. So today the Bitcoin trading is depending on when you log on, but depending on when you log on, so it's trading around $30,000 US dollar. So Clemen, what is happening to the market and what do you think is going to happen moving forward? What is your analysis of the Bitcoin market?
Wow. Richard, this is a great question to begin with. And right now I want to switch over my screen and to announce officially, we have the keys of death. So this is the death cross that we have been sharing since last week, whereby the red line is the 50-day moving average line, and then the green line is the 200-day moving average line. So if the 50-day crosses below the 200-day, we have officially a death cross moment right now. So everybody is looking at this amazing milestone in history. And what we need to pick up from this movement right now is we switch on to the daily screen. So on my daily screen here, I'm looking at a 15-minute window candle, meaning to say each candle is a 15-minute duration. And what I've done is that I've drawn a rectangular channel between 35 to 36,000. This was right now the latest range whereby Bitcoin is trading at. And once it breaks above or breaks below, it will set a new high, what we call a new support line or a new resistance line. But because it has broken below the 35,000, and what was happening yesterday, it broke right here to 33,000, and we spoke about 3333, right? And it's exactly hit the mark that I was talking about. And this was my post yesterday, and kind of hit exactly where we are talking about 3333. And I made this post since March 2021 this year. And I give the clue, and you see these 5 symbols here. This is our hidden message. Only our proprietary community members know about it. So right now, this secret is exposed already. Once it's breached this 3333, then it is all hell break loose, because we are combining this with the idea of the death cross. And right now, as you can see, it has touched 32,555. So this is as of the latest right now we are speaking. Now, bearing in mind, it's not all bad news and doomsday, all right? So I want to send really positive vibes to all of our audience here today, because this is the latest article that just popped out about 15 hours ago, and is telling the whole world that, hey, Bitcoin price can hit 450,000, and minimum worst case scenario, 135,000 you should expect by the end of this year. And plan B has been accurate all this while. Their prediction has gone true. And that's the reason why we really need to take a step back and really break apart what are they telling us. So Bitcoin to match all-time high in October. Right now, we are stepping in the month of July. So look at my finger, July, August, September. We are 3 months to hang on for the ride. That's why Bitcoin is also known as HODL, H-O-D-L, Richard. That means hang on for your dear life. and if you believe in a plan B model of making the assumption, this is where they say that, easily by the time we hit November, we'll hit 98,000 and a big jump to 135,000 by the end of this year. So we always want to compare the both paradox. So we have one very bullish plan B, and we also have someone who's pretty bearish, and that's from our Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. He's telling the world right now, hey, wait for 24,000 to buy in. And he says that the biggest crash in the world history is coming. Buying more gold and silver, waiting for Bitcoin to drop to 24,000, crashes, best time to get rich. Take care. So the message is still very positive. It's time to get rich when there's blood across the streets. And that's the reason why, Richard, I need to show you this, the latest from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It is telling us about the latest consumer price index for 2021. Now, this is really, really important information. This is the major debate right now from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. And he is looking at a very, very difficult, challenging time right here. We are effectively looking at a CPI rate of 5%. And, if we talk about 5%, the ordinary man wouldn't understand until we translate this information to look officially what is the range that the CPI has been trading at over the past few years, starting from 1980 all the way to 2021 this year. So you can see I'm going to draw this range here. This is the typical range that is trading at between 0 to 5%. But the alarm has been rang right now because the latest one in May just touched 5% exactly, snapshot. So you have 2 consecutive months of the CPI increase. This is kind of a red flag already. Things are getting really expensive. And as a result, no longer should we be looking at it like with a casual pair of eyes, but we should look at it with a magnified eyes to understand this has an impact. As a result, Wall Street has reacted to this change, and that's why over here, when I go and take a look at our Dow Jones Index, we're going to see something that is also happening in the Wall Street market. Right now, Wall Street has started to drop off because the Fed has kind of turned hawkish. So, Richard, hawkish means like an eagle, trying to control the market, and they pull forward. They're going to raise interest rate in the year 2023 onwards. And that's the reason why we need to learn another new word. It's called tapering. They're going to start tapering to pull back the purchases in the market. And as a result, Wall Street is giving us this signal right now. But this signal is still better than the death cross that we see just now. So I'm going to switch back over to the death cross right here. Bang! The kiss of death. So with that, Richard, this is the latest of the market right now. And I hand over the time to you, Richard.
Okay. Clemen, thank you so much. Now, I remember attending your class some months ago. And I because I'm a so slow learner, I didn't learn as much as the other people, but for sure, I learned something from you, okay? And that something is this, that as long as you don't sell, I remember you say, as long as you don't sell, you don't lose the money, yeah? And I remember if someone had you mentioned someone had buy any tech stock years ago, and if they buckle, the market change, if they buckle and they melt, then they lose, they sell and they get out of the market. But if they stay on, and it's only like people lost and they don't really lose, if they stay on, have a bit of stamina, not only will they not lose money, but historically shows that if they follow this for a good product, such as some good tech stock and even Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is forever. Eventually, they come out as a winner. What have you got to say to that? I mean, this is what you say. If you don't sell, then you don't actually lose.
Yes, exactly. And you have been a great student, Richard, that you remember this golden rule. Never, ever sell at a loss. And I'm going to prove my point to you guys here today. We're going to look at the greatest company on our planet, Microsoft. All right. And what I want to do about Microsoft is kind of click on the maximum duration. And once we click on the maximum duration of Microsoft as a company, then we go all the way to the year 2000. Now, as we know, the year 2000, that was the time where the dot-com bust. And I'm going to arrange the charts in such a way you're going to see some interesting meaning behind this chart right here, right? So over here, 2000 here, back then, Microsoft experienced what we call the dot-com crash. All right. And then the question we want to ask is how long it takes for them to break even. Wow. And you can see by the time they break even, it's like 17 years later, as long as you don't sell to realize the loss. It took 17 years back then for dot-com crash to recover. But if you compare the distance of Microsoft versus Amazon, then the timing will be a bit different already. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on maximum. And here we go. When we click on maximum, and you can see how long it took for Amazon as a company year 2000. I drop down the line here and I cross across here. And you can see that the real break even was in the year 2010. 10 years to break even for Amazon, 17 years to break even for Microsoft. But Microsoft is a totally different story because they hired a really poor CEO. And that's the classmate of Bill Gates, all right? That guy just doesn't do anything. So put that guy aside. I like to focus on Amazon, Jeff Bezos, same CEOs, that whole period, 10 years to break even. Now, from this 10 years to break even for the dot-com crash, right now I'm going to show you guys how about for the financial crisis of 2008. So again, I'm going to apply the same principles here and kind of zoom in to the time of 2008. All it took is how many years? Here we go. This was the 2008 high, and we know that as the financial mortgage crisis, and we drop a line across. The broke even took place in how many years? 5 years. From Microsoft 10-year, bam, reduced to 5 years in 2008. Yeah. Now, we have 10 years, we have 5 years. Now I give you one more last one. We're going to reduce it to the pandemic that all of us went through just last year. Holy moly. So here we go. We drop a line. We were at an all-time high in February. And then we drop a line across to know when exactly it break even. And then it dropped all the way to November. So 11 minus 2, 9 months. Oh, let's round it up, 10 months for the benefit of doubt. So 10 months to break even from a pandemic. So let me sum it up. 3 things. Number 1, dot-com crash. Microsoft or Amazon took 10 years to break even. Number 2, 2008 financial crisis. From 10 years reduced to 5 years. Number 3, last year, COVID-19, pandemic. And from 10 years reduced to 5 years to reduce to 10 months. So Richard, you are right. Okay. Never ever sell at a loss.
Okay, that's good. Now, you mentioned about Robert Kiyosaki, and Robert actually mentioned in not too long ago, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, that this is actually the best time to make money. And if you aim to be a millionaire, this is a great, great time. Yeah, because just now you mentioned that, well, the market is in red, full of blood. I can tell you, even if it is your blood, it's still good.
Oh yes,
your blood in the market is still good, because this is a great opportunity for those who has a strong heart, yeah, to take this opportunity to make once in a lifetime. Now, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and as long as you don't buckle, as long as you don't melt, as long as you don't sell, you are not actually losing, but you just see the volatility of it. The volatility of it, and volatility is energy. And perhaps, you know, in the next couple of months, you not only break even, but you make more money. Because in the last 12 years, every year, average Bitcoin, grow by 200%. I mean, there's no asset, there's no product, or there's no instrument that grow 200% every year for the last 12 years. So even if your own blood, don't worry, go.
Blood donation, Richard.
Now, even early this year, right? From early this year, 2021 till today, there are many things, crazy things, in fact, amazing, insane, positive happening to Bitcoin. Let me just name some of them, right? Number one, PayPal. PayPal started to allow 300 million of their subscribers or their customer paying online using Bitcoin, and adoption of Bitcoin onto its own infrastructure. They had many services. PayPal has incorporated many services to their infrastructure for Bitcoin. Then Visa and MasterCard follow and getting into the crypto market. Secondly, just a couple of days ago, Jerome Powell in the US mentioned about inflation rate that may go from up to 5%, right? And everyone knows that the BTC, the Bitcoin, is an inflation hedge. And even if this narrative, this is a very powerful narrative and tools to buy and hold Bitcoin to hedge against inflation. Thirdly, that happened this year is that there is a record number of major banks that began to offer Bitcoin to their customer base. For example, here in Asia, we have DBS Bank. DBS Bank, to their accredited client, they offer cryptocurrency, sales and also custody of their account. Today, even today, there's a Swiss bank, the Swiss bank called BBVA. BBVA in Switzerland also started an exchange, also offered to sell Bitcoin to its customer and be a custodian of this class of asset. Now, fourthly, many countries, right, especially Latin America or the less prosperous country, are considering adopting Bitcoin as a legal currency, and starting from El Salvador, right, first country to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender for its country. And very soon, I think next month, Paraguay will follow. And this is huge, because for a country to adopt Bitcoin as a legal currency is a very, very big thing, which means to say that in that country, all purchase or all merchant, have the right to accept Bitcoin. So you will increase adoption, the number of people. Even though now Bitcoin, I don't know, 500 million or 600 million or 700 million, but more and more people are using Bitcoin, right? Now, fifthly, countries like Canada and Brazil have approved BTC ETF, and there are a dozen ETF queuing up in front of a US SEC, and their approval will be a major price movement event for Bitcoin. Because sometimes ago, when America or when gold got its ETF status, gold price increased by 500%, and this could very well be the same for Bitcoin. So, Dr. Clemen, with all your knowledge and experience, right, here is the question for you, right? So the recent or last 2 weeks low price movement caused many people to panic and overlook all the above activity, positive, insane activity. So, Dr. Clemen, as I say, you have been involved in the financial market for the last 2 or 3 decades. I think maybe 3 decades, 2 decades, 3 decades. That's quite long, and I've seen the up and down of the market. So, can you share with all the audience, how do you see all this that happening, short term, medium term, and long term?
Wow, that's a great sharing, Richard. You have covered and really connected the dots of all the important developments. And this is all very positive. And that's the reason why we've really got to keep a long-term view of our perspective, especially we look at Bitcoin as an asset. So I want to switch over right here and kind of use this to frame the discussion, right? So right over here, I displayed the chart in such a way, you're going to see it starting from this year at the beginning of the year 2021. And I kind of zoom out a little bit so that we frame this discussion and the audience will know exactly how to navigate. So I'm going to come to this part here between 40,000 to 30,000 range. And I'm going to push it to the right here so that everybody can stay focused. And we're going to ask you a very, very important question. When you see the red box here, do you see a glass half full or half empty? So the question is half full or half empty. When we ask you, half full means you look at the top, half empty means you look at the bottom. So over here, this has been fluctuating for the longest time. In fact, those who caught the wave here, they really make money. And we keep telling you guys, when you make money, take your profits, take your profits. And so while we was going down, we was telling everybody, get ready, stand by your ammunition, your war chest, get ready to go and buy in. Because why? We are seeing that this will go on for a little period. And in fact, we really live on the model of Plan B, which is similar to Pantera Capital, which is very similar to Citibank analysts. They are all shooting for 200,000 to 300,000 by the end of this year. They saw certain signals. And their models are based on signals in the marketplace. Now, we come in here as a practitioner, we say that, can you hang on for the ride with us? And that's the reason why we rallied our committee and say, hey, Richard, you got to take the lead. Take us to the Global FinTech Festival. Let everybody know the unprecedented window of opportunity that's open to them today, because no longer should it be a red box. It shall, over right here, become a green box. Ready? Here we go. Is your glass half empty or half full? Let me tell you, it's filled with lots of positive green energy right now. And that's the reason why we are focused on here. And we are also focused on here. So don't get distracted by the cloud, the noises out there. In fact, this represents a very, very unique opportunity. And we are all standing by right now. So, Richard, you got to be our leader for this, man.
Actually, personally, I'm very positive and bullish about Bitcoin. In fact, I felt that this is one of the best financial opportunity of this decade. Right? It's one of the best financial opportunity of this decade. And the strong and the faithful, right, will be victorious. The strong and the faithful will be victorious. And those who are weak, well, the institution want you to quickly sell so that they can buy. Yeah. So I'm very, very positive. I'm very, very positive about the this market and Bitcoin. And that's the reason why I'm promoting the Global Bitcoin Festival. Now, I'm very passionate about this, and I believe that with more and more people believing in this and adopt Bitcoin, it will be positive, and that will drive more interest, and if inevitably it will drive the price of Bitcoin up when more and more people are doing this. So the Global Bitcoin Festival is a gathering of industrial experts, is a gathering of enthusiastic community of Bitcoin holder. Yeah, so we gather together to update and to promote education and the adoption of Bitcoin. This will be held in Europe, right? So we have a Global Bitcoin Festival in Europe, and we are going to have a Global Bitcoin Festival in Asia, right? And the purpose is to gather all the community of people for update, for education, and to encourage each other for the adoption of Bitcoin. So Dr. Clemen, what have you got to say to those who want to know more about Bitcoin and also capitalize on this amazing opportunity?
In fact, Richard, I look at the Global FinTech Festival as like a kind of a very privileged insider community where we are part of this movement. And I want to make this point clear. To get into a private community like this is very, very difficult. I'm plugged into the wheels of the Bitcoin world, and this is a very privilege. And I always acknowledge that if anyone takes the lead, all of us, through our friends, through our colleagues, through our partners, through our family members, we chip in a little bit. Because today, if you don't own a piece of the Bitcoin movement, you're missing out. You got no stories to share with your grandchildren. And I'm not asking you to buy like one Bitcoin. You can buy 0.001 Bitcoin and understand what it means to deposit into your wallet, and from your wallet, what it means to transfer the coin to your children's wallet. Be part of the movement, because the next 10 years, it will be all about this. And today we are giving you the first mover advantage in this golden opportunity. By the time the world taken over, you're out of the race already. So you have to get in right now. And that's the reason why I think it's so timely that Richard is, we have been pushing Richard. Hey, Richard, you're going to take the lead. And he's right now officially announcing that the Global Bitcoin Festival will be launched in all the continents of the world. And that's so exciting. It can be in Africa, it can be in Europe, it can be in Asia, in America, and we are taking the lead. And I want us all of you to join part of this movement, rally together, and just catch the fever with us. And once you're hanging out with us, then you know why this is such an opportunity to create generational wealth for your generations.
Yeah, that's exciting and that's great. Thank you, Clemen, for that words of wisdom and encouragement. Now, for those of you who want to find out more, there's a link below. Just click on the link and also join us in this community. This is a community, positive community that encourage each other, that demand of you more than you demand of yourself. Yeah, demand of you more than you demand yourself, because we are a group of people. We are a group of, well, now it's a shark, right? Next time we become real, a group of shark that will become real, they're going to move the market. So click on the link below and join us in this community at a Global Bitcoin Festival. So thank you so much, Dr. Clemen. And I want to wish all of you, all the viewers, wealth, health, and happiness in your life till we meet again in the next program. Thank you so much.
Thank you.